The Haunting of Willow House. Nestled at the outskirts of town, Willow House had always been known as the creepy old mansion. It had been abandoned for decades, its dark history shrouded in mystery. The local legend went that anyone who entered the house would never return. But one fateful summer evening, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to challenge fate. As they ventured inside, the atmosphere grew colder, and the air felt thick with an eerie presence. The old wooden floorboards creaked beneath their feet, and the walls seemed to whisper secrets. The teenagers explored room after room, each filled with decaying furniture and peeling wallpaper. In the basement, they discovered a locked door covered in strange symbols, radiating an ominous energy. With a rusty key they found on a dusty shelf, they managed to unlock it. The door swung open to reveal a hidden chamber. Inside, they found a journal, its pages filled with the ramblings of a tormented soul who had lived in the house decades ago. As they read aloud from the journal, the temperature plummeted further, and the shadows seemed to come to life. They felt an icy hand brush against their skin, and disembodied whispers filled the air. Terrified, they ran out of the house, leaving the journal behind. From that day on, Willow House was left undisturbed, a chilling reminder of the darkness that dwelled within, and the journal's cryptic words continued to haunt their dreams. The Disappearing Village. High in the remote mountains, a village existed in serene isolation. The villagers lived simple, peaceful lives, untouched by the outside world. However, one harsh winter, an unrelenting snowstorm hit, completely cutting off the village from the rest of civilization. Weeks turned into months, and still, no one from the village emerged. Worried relatives and authorities attempted to reach the village, but the relentless snow made it impossible. Finally, when the weather cleared, they sent a determined rescue team. What they discovered was truly haunting. The entire village lay empty, as if everyone had simply vanished into thin air. Houses remained untouched, with food on the tables and fires still burning in the hearths. There was no sign of struggle or violence. It was as though the villagers had collectively decided to disappear, leaving behind a ghost town under the watchful gaze of the towering mountains. To this day, no one knows what happened to the village or its residents. Theories range from a mass exodus to supernatural occurrences, but the truth remains a chilling mystery, leaving an eerie silence hanging over the village, untouched by time. The Mirror of Desires. In the heart of a forgotten town, concealed beneath layers of dust and obscurity, there stood a dimly lit antique shop. Inside, amidst a clutter of curious relics, Sarah's eyes were drawn to an ornate, old mirror. It held an eerie allure, its intricate frame and shimmering glass seemingly untouched by time. The shopkeeper, a gaunt figure with sunken eyes, warned her of its dark history. "The Mirror of Desires," he whispered, "has the power to grant your deepest wishes, but beware the price it demands." Sarah, captivated by the mystique of the mirror, dismissed the shopkeeper's ominous words. With trembling hands, she purchased it and decided to place it in her bedroom. As night fell, she hung it on the wall, the room immediately transformed by its presence. During her initial encounters with the mirror, Sarah's reflections danced with her aspirations. She saw herself achieving unimaginable success, basking in the warm glow of love and surrounded by unimaginable wealth. It was as if her dreams had been plucked from the depths of her heart and brought to life before her very eyes. However, with the passage of time, she noticed a sinister transformation. Her reflection grew increasingly distorted, and her desires took on nightmarish forms. Her dream life crumbled into chaos, and she descended into madness, tormented by the grotesque visions that the mirror projected. The mirror seemed to have a malevolent will of its own. It reveled in Sarah's despair, casting haunting images that mocked her shattered dreams. It whispered secrets, dark and damning, that echoed through the recesses of her mind. One fateful night, as Sarah stood before the mirror, unable to tear herself away from its malevolent grasp, her reflection reached out and grabbed her. The glass surface rippled like water as she was pulled into its depths. She disappeared without a trace, leaving behind an empty room and the haunted mirror as a chilling testament to the price of unchecked desires. News of Sarah's disappearance spread throughout the town, and curiosity drew brave souls to the antique shop. However, the shopkeeper, burdened by his knowledge of the mirror's malevolence, had locked the doors for good. The shop, once a haven for rare curiosities, remained hidden from sight, like a dark secret buried in the town's history. To this day, the Mirror of Desires hangs in silence, its shimmering glass concealing the tormented souls of those who dared to gaze into its depths. The townsfolk steered clear of the abandoned shop, their superstitions cautioning them against tempting the malevolent forces lurking behind the glass. And the shopkeeper, a man weighed down by the guilt of selling the mirror to unsuspecting souls, disappeared into the shadows, haunted by the knowledge that he had played a role in their tragic fates, never to be seen again.